Hey guys, welcome to our kitchen. So it is fall. It's the time of year of pumpkins everywhere, and I don't do much of the cooking. Andrew does most of the cooking, but I can make a pretty nice pumpkin pie. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. And it's basic. It's not my recipe. It is Livy's pumpkin pie, just recipe on the back. But I've been making that since I was a little kid, so I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so here are the ingredients. Obviously 1 can of Livy's pumpkin pie, 1.5 cups or 1 can of evaporated milk, 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, go right in here, and then I already measured these out, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 tablespoon of ground ginger, and 1/4 tablespoon of ground cloves. Then, oh my gosh, eggs. Sorry. Okay. So then you're going to have 2 eggs also. 2 eggs. Okay. And then the last thing is an unbaked 9-inch deep dish pie shell, which I got a graham cracker shell. I think that's the best with pumpkin pie, is getting the graham cracker kind. I've tried walnut one before when the store was out of everything. I think it was like the day before Thanksgiving and I waited too long, and walnut one was not good, so I definitely say go with the graham cracker one. Alright, now let's put them all together. Alright, so first mix the dry ingredients in a small bowl, which is going to be the sugar as well, so we can pour that right in there and stir that all together. Okay, so that's pretty well stirred up. Now I'm going to beat these 2 eggs in this bowl. Okay, so the eggs are all beaten now, and now we're going to put in the pumpkin and the dry mixture, mix them together in with the eggs, and slowly add in the milk. And gradually pouring in the milk is pretty much mixed up. Putting a little in the pumpkin can just to try to get some of the pumpkin out of there that I didn't get. And just keep adding it gradually. All done mixing. And it seems a little liquidy, but that's okay. I'm going to pick up the spoon, we're going to taste it. You should not taste it because there's eggs in there. But I did. And it's very good. Alright, now comes the hard part, putting in the pie shell. But first we have to preheat the oven to 425. I should have done that. Okay, so oven is still preheating at 450. Oh, I'm sorry, 425. And we're going to put this in here. I took the cover off, obviously, but keep the cover to the pie because you can use it later to cover it up. And I just bent out all the edges to make sure they're up, to be a little lip to catch the extra pie mixture, because it's probably going to be more than enough, and if we have extra left over, I'll try to use it for something else. Okay, so this table's a little uneven, so I had to prop up the pie and make it even. It is right up to the edge. It will probably shift when I move it from here into the oven, but that's okay. But the more you keep it off the edge, the less those will get like burnt. And I do have some left over, so let me see if I can make a little mini pumpkin pie. Alright, here goes the pie into the oven. It does not have to go on a baking sheet. Just go straight in there. Although sometimes it's good to have a baking sheet because it can leak into the oven, and that would be smelly. Now it's in there, and now we're going to lower the temperature to 350, and it'll cook for at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. And check back in a little while. Oh, okay. So I have the mini cupcake tray, and I found a few little mini cupcake bottoms. What would they call these? Baking cups. And I'll just use a couple of them in the tray to use up the pumpkin pie mix that's left over, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. Okay, so I was able to make 6 little mini pumpkin pies. We'll see how they turn out. I'm not going to put it in the oven the same time as the pumpkin pie that is in there right now because I don't want it to mess with it and to mess with the cooking of the pumpkin pie. So I'll put these aside and we'll do them later. Okay, so here it is out of the oven. I actually had it in there for 45 minutes. It said 30 to 40, and I'm checking on it now. Best way to check on it is with a knife. You're going to stick it in and take it out, and if it comes out clean, then it's cooked all the way. I do hate putting a stab knife in there though, or a stab mark. Ooh, that's pretty good to me. A little bit of a chunk on there, not a little bit of heat, but not much. So I say that's good. All right, now we'll let it cool for 2 hours, and after it's done cooling, we'll have Andrew give it a taste test. In the meantime, I'm going to throw in those little mini pumpkin pies in the oven. I'm going to do the same temperature and just check on it and see how it turns out. That was Andrew. Okay, so here it is. This is actually the next day, but the pie is done. There it is. I just made I cut a little slice, and those are the little leftover things.
So what are those again?
These are just this is leftover pumpkin pie that I just made into just little cupcakes. This was just leftover mixture. But you can just try the pie if you want.
I'll try the pie.
All right. Andrew doesn't like pumpkin pie.
I don't like pumpkin pie. I'm not a big pumpkin guy. But I'll try like.
You don't like pumpkin pie? You're not a big pumpkin guy?
Again, I'm sure it's great. I don't like the way pumpkin tastes.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that bad, actually. I'd probably heat it up.
Oh.
If I was going to eat it.
Okay. All right.
It's actually not that bad. Cool. The texture, I'm a weird thing with textures. But it tastes good. It does taste good.
Very sweet. Even if you just say that, you're very sweet.
Like, I don't like Jell-O. It kind of reminds me of Jell-O. I have a weird thing with Jell-O.
Okay.
The texture.
Like Jell-O pudding or like Jell-O?
Either.
Oh, okay.
Either. But it does taste good. It does.
Very sweet. It's very nice.
You want to try one of these? It's the same thing?
Yeah, you could just pop that open. The thing
with
with these...
I
okay. Well, the thing with these is I found that I could just kind of pop it open and then be able to just take it as a bite size.
I like those.
Same thing, but that's just smaller. No graham cracker.
Oh. Right. Yeah, I like these though. These are good. They're both good, but I prefer those.
Very sweet. Okay, that's it. Pumpkin pie and little pumpkin, whatever, little leftover things. And
pumpkin
that's it.
Cupcakes, mini cupcakes.
Mini cupcakes. There we go. All right. Thank you for trying it.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.